Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now today I'm on a site and I think I will not get time to say what I want to say about what has been going on as far as the politics in this country is concerned. So let me use this opportunity to share with you my thinking about what is going on. Now, there has been a bitter exchange between those in cabinet, people like Opiyo Wandayi and the elected leaders like Edwin Sifuna, among other leaders. There are those who believe that it is time for ODM not to engage in any coalition with the current administration. There are those who are believing that it is time for ODM to go into a serious, formidable, solid coalition with the current administration. So we have that. And you look at the kind of statement that the energy CS Opiyo Wandayi gave, you know, it's a way on an attempt to rebuke other leaders as far as supporting this administration is concerned. In fact, he has gone on to refer to some leaders who are not interested in having ODM party go into a coalition with the UDA party as political vultures who have fed on Raila Odinga's blood for too long. And for him, he is clear that it is not time to have these political vultures to advance their interest. The question is, who are these people that he is referring to as political vultures? These are the quotas in ODM who do not agree on going into a coalition or an arrangement of working together between ODM party and William Samuel Ruto. Opiyo Wandayi is referring to these people as political vultures.
There are political vultures who have fed on Raila's political blood for far too long. These are the vultures who always want to see Baba languishing on the streets all the time, as they benefit politically. Those vultures, we must call you out, because the time is up. And those vultures are not just out there, they are also here. Oh, come on. Hey, one achude, Musyoka con Mado Renja con Raila. Now look at that. What are you asking? And now we are telling them their time is up. Oh, come on. What we want is unity of purpose. We want to see practical steps being taken to address the plight of our people. We want to see practical steps being taken to improve the livelihood of our people. And that is what we are doing through this total electrification program.
Now, the Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna reacted on how Opiyo Wandayi as a CS is failing to take the mandate and show leadership and waste time politicking. Look at that. Then that there is huge problem with the Kenya power. How comes the Nairobi County is in this wrangle whereby they goes on to dump garbage at their office, then they are going to cut off power from the county offices, yet we have a CS who is busy engaging in politics rather than solving the problem. So look at that, a whole CS, there is huge problem in your ministry. You have no solution, but you have time for politics. Edwin Sifuna is challenging CS Opiyo Wandayi.
Yesterday, I ran into the former CS for Energy, David Stureh, one of the most astute and one of the few cabinet secretaries that I respect because he interacts with members of this house. He explains government policy. Yesterday, I was saying, if it was still in that docket, I am sure the drama you are seeing in Nairobi of the Nairobi County government dumping garbage outside the Kenya Power offices and Kenya Power retaliating by cutting power to the county government offices, you would not see those things. because he would take leadership. Honorable Speaker, if you look at the relationship between county governments and national governments, they are supposed to be cordial. Where you see a cabinet secretary, there is a fight in your docket, but you do nothing at all. All you talk about is 2027 politics. You have failed as a cabinet secretary.
Now, again, Opiyo Wandayi on his side, he has gone on also to warn one Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, leave us alone. It's like as if Kalonzo has caused huge problem for these guys. Now they're telling him, please leave us alone. We have been in opposition, and those who want to benefit from Raila Odinga being on the street, it is time to go into the government. That the ODM position is that they are going to be in a government. They are going to form a coalition. It is either you are in the ODM and the Kenya Kwanza coalition, or if not, you are with the Wamunyoro coalition. So his position is that it is time for ODM to work with the government. A whole CS was a ministry to do the work. He's busy politicking as if the ministry is doing a tremendous job. There is no problem, there is no wrangles. So he is here warning Kalonzo Musyoka, a man who has supported them for a very long time, a man who has stood with them, including at a time when they are even coming up with a running mate who has no control or huge support like Mother Karua. Kalonzo Musyoka sacrificed, but Opiyo Wandayi is here to tell him to leave Raila Odinga and ODM.
Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka, please leave us alone. We are still hurting as a people. This idea that every now and then, before elections, people run to Raila Odinga. That he is a good man, he must save Kenya, he must fight for Kenya, and when the time comes for elections, they sabotage him. They sabotage him. So we have made a conscious decision to work with President William Ruto. So Kalonzo Musyoka and your ilk, please leave us alone. But more importantly, as a people, we have made a conscious decision. And as things stand, there are only two formations, two political formations going forward. Either you are with the broad-based coalition that I belong to, or you are with the Wamunyoro coalition. There are no two ways. There's no third way. Two. You are either with us in the broad-based arrangement, or you are with Wamunyoro. So don't confuse us. So stop confusing us. Just declare where you stand.
Continue with this panel discussion, but I have a quick request. For those who are watching this channel and you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, Opiyo Wandayi is proving to us as one of the bad examples of the ministers. As a minister, you have no time to engage in politics. You should be busy doing your work in your ministry. It's like there is no any problem. But look on how the Kenya power is engaging in this war with the Nairobi County government. There is a problem. Has he sorted out the problem? The answer is no. And what is he doing? He is creating more problem. So Opiyo Wandayi, as a leader, he is failing on his mandate. So this is a leader who has failed to focus on what he should be focusing more on. So when you have leaders who engage more in politicking rather than solving the problem as for their ministry, then we are doomed. That's why Edwin Sifuna is using that chance to challenge him. Before you focus on politics, do your work. He is more possessed on fighting for William Ruto than solving the problem in Nairobi. So how do we do? He is focused more on politicking rather than working for Kenyans. And once you are a minister and you start playing politics, it means you are politically aligned. That's the problem when you have more of politicians in your cabinet. 2010 constitution was about having technocrats doing the work and the politicians doing the politics. Now Ruto, 99% of his cabinet is full of politicians. Technocrats in 1%, and now you can see the results. They are in fight. Opiyo Wandayi seems to be a person who has been assigned by this administration to fight for one William Ruto, to politic and defend William Ruto, as if there's no politicians who can do that job. So look at the war in ODM. And those who are believing that it is not time to engage into any coalition with the government. And those who are feeling that it is time to go into coalition. Opiyo Wandayi is saying that they have been in opposition for too long. Does he understand why they have been in opposition and why they're not in the government? Now it is time to go to the government. What change have they brought into this government? We were told they are experts going to help President William Ruto. A whole minister calling elected leaders as political vultures. Vultures? Wale wandege wanangojea mzoga. So they benefit when Raila Odinga is on the street. Look at that. He used heavy words. He was somehow abusive. But he's here only because he has been appointed. That means he is here politicking on his own benefit, his own political interest, but not the interest of the people. Why should we go in the government that is not working for the people? That's the question. How is this government serving our interest? The wrangle and what we are seeing in ODM, it is between those who have been appointed and those who feel that they have to stand in the gap of opposition. That's okay. Opiyo Wandayi hapa, weke Edwin Sifuna hapa, who is of sound mind and who sound like a person who is more interested in his own benefit. Sifuna seems to be fighting for the people. But Opiyo Wandayi stands out as a person who has been assigned duty to defend someone. The name of William Ruto. Even if you don't like Kalonzo Musyoka, would you tell him like that? Leave us alone. Kalonzo ameshika watu wapi? When power enters your head, indeed it corrupts. And it absolutely corrupts. Opiyo Wandayi is behaving like someone who is driven by emotion. Even if you don't like Kalonzo Musyoka, at least Kalonzo has been there 3 times. Is it 3 or 4 times? 3 times or 4. During Code Coalition, NASA Coalition, NASA how that time, and now as mere coalition, either as a running mate or even stepping down. For people like Mother Karua, who did not have serious, heavy political muscles to bring some political change on the political equation during that time. Kalonzo stepped down just because he wanted Raila Odinga to lead. But now we are here, then look at the kind of word that Opiyo Wandayi is using on Kalonzo Musyoka. Indeed, is unfair. So Opiyo Wandayi has proved that his main assignment is to defend William Ruto and the government. He is a beneficiary. But this war, when will it end? And what does it mean for ODM party? Anyway, I want to hear your views, and so let us meet in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much, and see you in our next video.